from the campus of the University of Nebraska at Omaha. Consider This, a program of issues and information behind today's news.
It's definitely decided my career path for me. I realized I want to work with live music and on-the-spot things because that's where you're more down to earth and in it. This seemed very welcoming and beginner level, and it just seemed very nice for my skill level.
Hi everyone, I'm Kathy Wyatt. Welcome to the 26th season and this week's edition of Consider This. Our topic, Omaha Mobile Stage Show Wagon. Joining us to talk more about it are Jessica Sherman, founder and executive director for Partners of Livable Omaha, Andy Sholey, the organization's development director, and joining us via Zoom from New York City is Q Smith. Q is an Omaha native and actress whose Broadway credits include Mary Poppins, Les Miserables, and Come From Away. We'll find out how she's involved with all of this in just a few minutes. But Jessica, I really want to start with you and a bit of history for Omaha Mobile Stage. Tell us about that.
Sure. Omaha Mobile Stage is a project of Partners for Livable Omaha, and we took a concept that is not new. Omaha's Parks Department used to run a mobile traveling venue called Show Wagon from 1952 till 2010. So we began building our mobile stage a couple years ago as a collaboration with the College of Architecture at the University of Nebraska. And we brought in that phase of the project, many community stakeholders who were involved with Show Wagon, and they kept referring to our project as Show Wagon, which led us on this wonderful journey to really bring that programming back to the greater Omaha Metro.
Well, and a challenging journey too.
Absolutely.
We have a photo we want to put up for our viewers. It's of an old truck. Tell us the story behind this truck.
Sure. So our nonprofit purchased this truck a couple years ago and turned it over to a design build studio, ran out of the College of Architecture. We gave them a couple design constraints, letting them know that we wanted a mobile venue that we could set up in 30 minutes or less with a team of 2 people. We knew we would operate this as a workforce development program. We knew that at the time the pandemic had shut down the creative industries. You couldn't go see a show at that moment if you wanted to. So we really were focused on resiliency. How can we bring arts back into community and address some longstanding issues with arts accessibility? We wanted to make sure we were overcoming an obstacle of transportation, bringing the venue directly into communities just like Show Wagon did, in the 1950s and going forward. And we knew that we wanted to do free public programming and create opportunities for people to connect with the arts in their own backyard with minimal obstacles.
Wow, I want to look at that truck now because you did quite a bit of work, you and the UNL students and just a bunch of people involved in this. But let's take a look at the truck today, and then we're going to show our viewers what the stage portion looks like. Talk to us about this.
So this truck today, part of the renovation was taking a side off of the truck, and we're looking at where the stage doors were constructed. This is a razzle-dazzle design, which is a nod to a camouflage technique that was used during World War I. That really inspired the students. And this is the stage open. They were inspired kind of by the history of mobile architecture, some of the design elements that they took kind of from their research really inspired what they did. And the stage folds into the truck, and then we add a 3-foot extension to give us 16 by 15 foot stage. So it's truly a small capacity venue on wheels. We house all of our equipment and on these false closets, which are built into the storage system of the truck. This just really enables us to bring production services into communities, bring staging into communities, and lift up and amplify the performing artists that are in these spaces.
Wow, Andy, let's talk behind the scenes. I mean, building, transitioning, and most importantly, finding the right people to help make this happen? How did you do it?
A lot of phone calls, and luckily we live in just an amazing community and have a lot of community partners who just said yes and want to participate. So we started because we are developing this youth talent show throughout the community. One of our first community partners was the Omaha Community Playhouse. And we met with Kathy Broman, and we met with Kathy Tyree and Madison Gilcrease. And one of the things we wanted to do is to bring more access to communities where kids might not have access to music teachers or theater teachers. And so the Omaha Community Playhouse agreed that if they have performing arts camps in the summer, and they said that any student who signs up for our talent show can participate in their performing arts camps that go from 9 to 5 and include a lunch. And they are also going to provide full financial aid for any child in need who registers for the show. So we're thrilled about that, and we think it's a wonderful opportunity for kids from all parts of Omaha to come together and perfect their acts for the talent show and get to work with amazing professionals to teach them. So that's our first community partner, and I'm happy to tell you about some of our other community partners. So we also met with executive directors of many public schools foundations, and they have been incredibly supportive. So we have financial and other support from Omaha Public Schools Foundation, from Millard Public Schools Foundation, from Westside Foundation, from Elkhorn Public Schools Foundation. And so they not only financially supported us, which is amazing, they are also going to market our show to their students. So we hope to have kids throughout the metro. We've met with people at the city of Papillion, the city of La Vista, and they are also funding our shows, and some of them even participated in Show Wagon back in the day, so it's just really full circle for them, and we're really excited about those opportunities. And then we're partnering one of our shows with Girls Inc., so some of those students will actually get to work with Q Smith, which is just an incredible opportunity, and I'm sure she can tell you more about that partnership. And we're partnering with Opera Omaha. We're partnering with the Omaha Conservatory of Music, with Omaha Girls Rock, and it's wonderful because they have artists who love to perform, and we can bring them into communities where maybe they haven't been in quite as much. And so we'll have some opera singers at some of our talent shows, and hopefully, students from the Omaha Conservatory and places like that performing in our show.
Talk about the importance of that collaborative piece in something like this, Andy.
Well, we have a lot of different types of art that youth are doing across our community, and it really is different. If you look at what people are doing in South Omaha versus West Omaha versus Midtown, and we really think it's a wonderful opportunity for kids to come together and be creative, and maybe someone who likes to play in a band will find someone that could sing for their band by being on one of the things that we're doing is putting together a performing arts board that's citywide, and the Playhouse is going to host some of those meetings for us. So part of our show will be marketed by these teens. We're hoping they'll do some TikTok videos and things like that to market our shows, and it'll be wonderful for them to get to know other artists in the community, and we hope that collaboration will lead to greater creativity and lifetime relationships, and also they can grow as artists and have support from other artists across the community. And so we're thrilled and really excited to get this started.
Jessica, you found the right person to find the right people.
Correct.
I think that's probably the way I'm going to put that. All right, now she did a great job of painting a picture. We have 3 photographs that we want to put up for our viewers. Talk us through
Sure.
what it is that we're seeing in terms of this project.
Awesome. So this is our very first staging event. This is Juneteenth Joy Fest. This is the first of a festival that is going to actually take place this year as well. This was a beautiful opportunity to really respond to the needs of a community. So this is the 24th and Lake community. There are just dozens of amazing artists. Tylin is here on stage. They were looking for staging and access to affordable production services, and it was truly an honor to have this be our very first event. We drove the truck up from Lincoln, parked it behind Fabric Lab on 24th and Lake, and the next day this event took place. So it's really a testament to how Omaha Mobile Stage can really step in and be a community asset, be a community resource, and be a reflection of the culture and the tastes of a community.
Okay. Next one. There we go.
This is the Gifford Park block party, and on stage is a band called Until. They are affiliated with Omaha Girls Rock, and they performed a couple times on our stage. Again, it's a reflection of the culture and tastes of Gifford Park. This was such a beautiful event. We were able to place the stage on 33rd Street, blocking that main street for that business district. And, you know, for us, this is a teaching venue. We have young people on stage, but we have young people behind the scenes as well. So every time there's a performance, it's a training opportunity for someone to learn the craft of stagehanding and audio engineering. And, you know, this band just gets better and better every time they perform. It's a delight to work with them. They're high school students who are fully engaged in the arts, and you know, it's beautiful to support them and really be an all ages venue.
Okay. And finally,
this is the audience from Dance Night. This was from Omaha Mobile Stage's piloting of the Youth Talent Show series. So here we have in the audience the families of the individuals competing in that competition. For Dance Night, we had about, I think, 15 entries, and it was just an amazing venue to be able to program in public space. So, you know, for us, season one was really about proof of concept. Can Omaha Mobile Stage demonstrate its value? Can we, you know, really be a resource to community? And this year is our opportunity to have a full season and really lean into Showwagon as our anchor programming.
well, congratulations
Thank
to
you.
everything you have done
Thank
to get
you
to
so
this
much.
point. Now, Andy, I'm going to be going to Q Smith in a minute, but before we do that,
Okay.
I want you to set the stage for us, pun intended, and talk about a talent show coming up.
Yes, so the Youth Talent Show will have 10 different shows this summer, and they start at the end of May, and there will be a finals night on August 20th, and that will be at Jean Leahy Mall. So students ages 3 to 19 can register for the talent shows on our website, and 8 of the shows will be open to all different types of performing arts. So if you sing, if you dance, you could do a comedy act, you could read a poem, and there's different age divisions between, it's like ages 3 to 7, and there'll be winners at each show of each age division. And then the winners of each age division will perform at finals night in August. So we're really looking forward to it. And the locations are all throughout Omaha. So we have a show in Millard, we have a show in Elkhorn, we have Papillion, La Vista, Elmwood Park, Gifford Park, the JCC. And then 2 of our shows are actually themed, and so those 2 shows will be at Jean Leahy Mall, and one of the themes is Dance Night, and we are hoping to have a very famous guest hopefully appearing at that dance night, but we have yet to announce it. But we're very excited about it, and that will be dance only, and we have rented a dance floor, so there'll be a little bit more space for kids, so if they want to perform with a big group of friends, there'll be a larger dance floor for them to compete. And then our other show is Battle of the Bands, and we're partnering with Omaha Girls Rock, and they are providing the backline, so you don't even have to bring your instrument. If you're in a band, you can just show up, and Blues Ed is one of our partners, so we hope to feature some of their bands, and we're really looking forward to it.
Wow. Okay, Q Smith, I guess this is a great time to bring you in. They've really built all of this up just beautifully. Q Smith is an Omaha native and a Broadway actress coming to us from New York. So you're going to be involved in this, Q. Tell us how.
I am. I'm not really on Facebook, but the interesting thing about it is that I saw a message on Instant Messenger, I guess through Facebook. I was just sort of scrolling through my phone, and I didn't pay it any attention because nobody ever reaches out to me on Instant Messenger. And then I got a phone call from an old friend of mine and named Anthony. And he was like, Anthony, he's like, Q, somebody's trying to get in touch with you. Check your Facebook. And I was like, oh, I guess that was the message. And it was from Andy. and she was reaching out, inviting me to be a part of the event.
Well, Q, for you to have said yes to this is a pretty big deal. You are one busy lady. Talk with our viewers about what it is that you're doing now in your life.
I am busy, but it's like, what am I doing actually? Right now I'm hosting a couple of events this coming year, mostly surrounding youth and talent youth. And I'm also doing a couple of concerts in California. And my husband and I are developing a website. We're creating our own website. We teach and we coach young and not old, but young and seasoned actors on monologues. We will be doing group exercises. We'll go to different schools if we're invited to do a Come From Away workshop, or he was in the original Book of Mormon and a couple of other Broadway shows. But we are sort of making ourselves available to sort of give back to our community and to whoever is interested in any area of the performing arts. So we are busy creating that website. And what else? I'm writing a book, and I have a meeting tonight about it. I'm looking for a publishing house, and so someone is interested. So I'm very excited about that. It's called Queens of the Theater, and it's about women of color in theater, television, and film. So I'm writing that with a co-writer, and and everything else in between, auditioning, seeing what the next thing is, you know.
So Q, with everything you have going on, why? I can't even imagine how you're feeling hearing about this mobile stage. It's so cool. But why did you say yes to this particular opportunity?
I've never done anything like it. And when I brought it up to my mom, she said, they're bringing that back? Because I guess she knew about it. And I think she may have performed back in the day. My mom, she prides herself on having her own girl group. And she would do a couple of dances for me when I'm home sometimes. She'll be like, oh yeah, look at this move. I used to do this move. But yeah, she was excited that it was coming back. And any opportunity that I have to come home is a gift. I do love coming home and giving back to my community. I do love the youth. I do love the arts. So it was a perfect marriage of all of those things. So I had to check on some things to make sure it fit in this and that, and it worked out. And I'm so happy it's going to work out. So
let me ask, how did you become interested in acting?
That's a great question. My grandmother and my mother sort of ran the drama program at our church. I attended the Salem Baptist Church. Generations and generations of my family went there, and they were, they never did it professionally, but they wrote the Christmas plays and the Easter plays and put us up on stage, and I really enjoyed it. But I didn't think you could get a degree. I didn't know there was such thing as Broadway. I'd never heard of Broadway. And I just kept studying, and I went to school and was exposed in high school to musical theater, and I had some amazing teachers that encouraged me to pursue it. They said, you got something special. And it only takes one person to really get that idea rolling. And I was like, really? He's like, you should think about doing Broadway shows. And I was like, what is a Broadway show? And so I just got my wheels turning, and I started studying more and more, and finally I went to the UNO, University of Nebraska at Omaha, for a little bit, and then I transferred to Ithaca College.
I have to ask you, of all the roles that you have had, what do you deem the most important and why?
There are a few, but the two that stand out, I know you asked me about one, but I'm going to name two. The first being Mary Poppins. The thing is, I didn't grow up watching the movie. And the first time I had the opportunity to audition for it on Broadway, I turned it down. I was like, I don't know anything about Mary Poppins. I didn't grow up on it. I don't know what this is about. And then a couple of years later, the tour was going out, and I needed a job. So I was like, yep, I'll audition. So I auditioned for the tour, and I originally played the role of Mrs. Corey, who is this fantastic supercalifragilistic candy shop owner. And I booked it. And that's typically played by a person of color. And so I had a lot of fun doing it. But then there was a role that came available that is not typically played by a person of color, but I always secretly wanted to play that role. And I kept doing my research. I'm like, who's ever played this role? You know, I looked in the London production, the Broadway production. I looked at the movie, read the books. I mean, all the things. And I'm like, there's nobody of color in this role. Maybe I could be the first. And I was the first. I played Miss Andrew. I closed the Broadway production as Miss Andrew, Mary Poppins' nemesis. And I also played the Bird Woman, who hasn't been a person of color. And now that the show is being done regionally, a lot of my brown friends call and say, hey, they want to see me for the role of Miss Andrew. Tell me about your experience. Tell me about this. So it was nice to really have a door kicked open and have people's imagination sort of expanded. It doesn't matter what color you are to play that role. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of that. And the next thing was the most recent thing was Come From Away. That was my first original Broadway show where I got to play Hannah O'Rourke, who is a real person, and she is alive and well today. And she's a little Irish woman who I adore. And I've been to her house and I've heard her stories. And it was a blessing to have told her story on a Broadway stage. So it's rare that we get to play characters that are still alive and well, I just came from doing Mary Poppins, this fantastical character, and now I get to play this really true, heartwarming character, and I was able to tell her story on stage. So
fantastic.
That was awesome, and I was actually here during 9/11, so being able to tell that whole story really hit home, and it really meant a lot to me.
Yeah. Q, we have just a few minutes remaining in the program, but I can't let you go. Maybe you can do this in about a minute. Talk to our young, aspiring actors and actresses and performers out there and all those kids interested in the arts. Give them some encouraging words.
Yes, you can do it. I'm a brown, round girl from Omaha, Nebraska, and I am living my best life here in New York City. And you have to believe in you. That's what it's going to take. You have to work really hard. You have to study. You have to expand your horizons, try new things, and just keep going, and ask all the questions. There are no questions that are too small or too insignificant. Ask all the questions and take all the dance classes, all the music classes, do it all. Take cooking classes too, because that also, everything you do informs your performance and the characters that you will be creating in the future. So keep going. You can make it. You can do it. It's a dream come true. I'm living a dream, and I'm just here. Hopefully you can look at me and say, if she can do it, I can do it too.
Wow, Q Smith, Omaha native, Broadway actress, cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. We will welcome you back with open arms when you come for the talent show. Thank you so much for being with us. Yeah, you take care.
You too.
All right,
bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, ladies, we have just a few minutes left. Andy, I want to ask you, this is a great time to tell us more about this competition, this talent show coming up.
Yes.
Break it down.
Well, there's one more thing I wanted to say, just so it's clear. So at all of our shows, we are going to have an MC, and we're going to hopefully have a live performance, provided we have funding for that. So Q is going to be an MC and performing live at one of our talent shows in June, the one that's at the Jewish Community Center in collaboration with Girls Inc. So that's a very exciting part about our show, so you can kind of see the connection, and yeah.
Very, very cool. Okay, we're going to put the flyer up, so talk to us about this talent show again. Wrap it up for us.
Okay, great. So if you're looking at your screen, you can see all of the different shows that we're going to have and the locations of the shows. And if you or your children want to register for the show, you can register at omahamobilestage.org, which is the website listed at the bottom of the screen. And you can just click on whatever show that you would like to participate in. And also, if you go to the website at omahamobilestage.org, at the very top of the first screen that you'll see, you can click on a link to nominate yourself for the youth board. And so we really encourage all of our viewers watching, please tell your friends. We really want to have great shows this summer, and please come out and support us. We have another community sponsor is eCreamery, and so the winners of each age division are going to get free ice cream. And we hope to have some food trucks out at the shows in the summertime. So it'll be great for, you know, multi-generational families and friends. And we really hope it's just a great time for everyone. So thank you for.
The mention of ice cream was beautiful. I think everybody perks up. Most
Yes.
everybody perks up when they hear
Yes.
ice cream. Ladies, I want to thank you so much for joining us to talk about this fantastic project. We're going to put up information for our viewers in case they want to learn more. We had the website up, but it's so very important that we're putting it up again. OmahaMobileStage.org. And you know what? You can call them directly at 402-980-0427. Jessica, Andy, I want to wish you the very best moving forward. And on behalf of all of our young people out there, thanks for doing everything that you're doing to lift them, to inspire them, and to encourage them. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. As we close, a look at the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge as seen through the lens of Sawyer Buller, a junior at UNO. Thank you all for watching. We will see you next week.
Consider This is an issues and information program produced by UNO Television. More information and program archives can be found at nebraskapublicmedia.org/considerthis. If you'd like to share your comments about this program, call UNO Television at 402-554-2516 during regular business hours, or send an email to cwyatt@unomaha.edu.